We begin in the name of Allah, the most compassionate, most merciful.
Left on Red Guided Instead is brought to you by Ottawa Muslim Youth Club.
Left on Red.
Got it instead.
Assalamu alaikum, everyone. My name is Mustafa.
And my name's Zishan.
And we're co-hosts for today. And we have two special guests. We have Alaina.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. I don't want to say again.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Don't worry.
It's fine, don't worry.
I just said hi. That's it. And then,
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Okay, and then we have Binte Zehra. How you doing?
I'm doing well. Thank you for having us on the show today.
Of course, of course.
So today we're gonna be focused on something like really important, and that's gonna be the organization Smile. Right here we have Alaina Baji, which is our
Smile ambassador and project coordinator.
and we have
Binte Zehra.
Auntie Zehra. sorry. Who is our service navigator?
Of course.
Yeah.
And today's topic is more of a interview and
Yeah.
more than like a debate or
Yeah.
discussion. It's more like an interview. So
Yeah.
you want to get started, Sean?
Let's just start off with a question. Alaina, what's your job at Smile?
well, I'm my ambassador and project coordinator.
Okay.
I was actually their first Smile staff in Ottawa. I've been working for Smile since 2022.
Okay.
Oh, so like those positions, right? What's like the main goal for those positions?
What's my main goal?
Like as an ambassador, like what's your main goal?
Yeah, like what do you enjoy about it?
So I actually enjoy going to different schools, different places to
Oh,
speak
nice.
about Smile and about my special needs to the kids who have, you know.
Yeah. And what about you, Binte Zehra?
So as a service navigator, I provide help to families who have children with disabilities. I focus on the Urdu-speaking families.
Mm-hmm.
So really, I just help them navigate the system on how to manage, find resources for their children with disabilities, how to apply for funding, where to find therapists. And the purpose of Smile is we provide culturally relevant, sensitive care to our families. So we're very specific who we provide our services to. So it's more language specific. So we provide services to families who speak Arabic, Urdu, Farsi, and Somali. And a big percentage of the families we support are immigrants, newcomers, refugees who really get lost in the system or fall through the cracks and need the most support.
So what you're saying is is it not a vast thing? It's more specific to the person and like their background?
Yeah, so like there's services out there for everyone, right?
Yeah.
But I feel like they're not culturally sensitive. So that's our focus, to provide culturally relevant, where we can connect people with service providers who will speak the same language or who will understand their needs. Because when people are coming from war-torn countries or are just new where they don't speak the language, it's hard to navigate the system, right? So we focus on supporting those families.
I have a question. So like, how do you deal with people like, let's say they come from Somali descent? How do you and they don't speak English at all? How do you communicate with them?
So we have a Somali-speaking service navigator. So the languages I mentioned, we have service navigators who speak those languages.
Oh, so you're somewhat of a translator, I guess?
Yeah, so we can talk to them in their language, and that's basically the best way for us to provide them service.
Yeah,
like
'cause
I
it
speak
builds-
Urdu, so most of my families that I support are Urdu-speaking families.
So you build like a personal connection while you're speaking their language?
Yes.
Okay. And the next question, why do you like working for Smile, Alaina?
I like supporting the kids who have special needs, because I also have special needs too.
Yes.
I understand their needs, and I wanted to help them, give them support, love, care from the Smile support, right?
Yeah.
I also like planning events. So far we have done Eat Fair, Smile Walk,
Wow, that's
And
a
yes,
lot.
yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So Alaina Baji,
Yes.
let's get digging under the bone. What is your disability?
My disabilities is wearing cochlear implant and I have global learning delay, which means I'm sorry, yeah. I have two disabilities, hearing loss and global learning delay. So my left ear is deaf,
Okay.
so I cannot hear on that side.
Mm-hmm.
I can only hear my right side. I can hear you talking from using my cochlear implant. I
Yeah.
can hear you talking on this side.
Okay. So the cochlear implant helps you hear through
Yes.
one of your
Yes.
ears?
Correct.
Okay,
Yes.
that's perfect.
Okay.
And do you have like any other way of understanding people?
I was also born. I was also diagnosed later in life with a low global learning delay, which means that I don't understand or learn at the same pace than others, you guys, right?
Yeah.
Because I have really hard time understanding right away. It takes me time to understand what I'm
Yeah.
saying. So
Okay. And Binte Zehra, why do you like working for Smile?
Well, there are a lot of reasons I like to work for Smile, but I think the biggest reason is I love helping people. I love making those connections. I love connecting. Not only that, I've learned so much working at Smiles. If I'm being honest, I didn't know much about disabilities, the needs people have. Even like learning how to work with Alaina was something I'm still working on because I've never really worked with someone with disabilities, and how you have to be like adaptive and how you have to be inclusive to make everyone feel like they're included. Like a lot of time, people with disabilities feel excluded, and I think our communities have a stigma around disabilities. We don't talk about them. If families have children with disabilities, they try to hide them. And I feel like even our spaces, our mosques and stuff are not inclusive. There's no programming to include everybody.
Yeah, because in my eyes, disabilities is like a really vast thing, right? And every person reacts a certain way to everything. So like having a way to like communicate with them, have them feel comfortable, it really includes everyone in a like this Western society. Yeah.
And I feel like the biggest thing is because sometimes we think of disabilities and right away we think of like wheelchairs and things like that, but there are
Yeah.
also like
Mental
people
and-
who are neurotypical. And then we think being inclusive means like, oh, let's put a wheelchair ramp and do things like that, which are obviously things we need, but it's a biggest thing we need is an attitude change. Like
course.
we think people with disabilities not the same as ourselves. Like, you know, we think them less of, we doubt their capabilities. And that attitude needs to shift,
Yeah.
which is, I think, the biggest thing. And that's what I'm learning. And one of the things I do as a service navigator is I advocate for people with disabilities. And that's the part I really enjoy.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like all people with disabilities should be treated equally with respect because at the end of the day, you never know how, like what people could be going through, especially with bullies out there and stuff. So that's
Yeah.
why it's good. Just treat everyone with respect and equality.
Yeah.
So as I just said, like everyone's different and everyone has their different challenges. So what are some challenges you face?
So, well, I have a really hard time following the conversations in the group, like a big group. That's mostly hard for me. I also have a hard time understanding right away, as I said that. I also have a really hard time in the loud places. And that's really hard for me to hear you guys talking. So yeah, those are challenges for me.
Okay. Have you seen any other challenges that like what is like one of the common challenges some people with disabilities face?
Well, there's a vast number of challenges they face. And one of them, I think the biggest one is that people doubt their capabilities. I also feel like when decisions are made or about disabilities, we need to include people who have disabilities so they can share their lived experience. And I think they would be the best judge or person to ask for advice on how can we make this place more accessible for you, instead of people who don't have disabilities trying to figure things out on their own. So we need to include them. We need to bring them to the table and listen to them.
Is that what the Smile ambassadors do? Like she was mentioning that she went to different schools.
Yeah,
and stuff.
so as a Smile ambassador, she represents Smile, and a lot of the work Alaina does is advocacy work.
Yeah.
Which is like she has gone into mosque and she's gone into multiple schools. She's even gone to Ottawa U in the BEd program to do presentations where she shares her lived experience so people can learn from it and just know like how to
Handle with disabilities.
Be aware.
and be inclusive, like
Yeah. Like find a solution.
find a solution.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I have a question for you also. So, how was it like when you first started working for the Smile organization? Was it difficult for you? Was it easy, or was it like just in the middle?
It was a learning curve. Like there was a lot about disabilities I didn't know. As service navigator, I also do a lot of work, connecting families to funding. Like in my mind, I was like, we live in Canada and we support people with disabilities. But when I actually started working for Smile, I realized the funding and the programs we actually offer barely cover the costs of therapies or getting adaptive equipment or the treatment they need. And that's when I realized that there's like a big missing piece over there, right? But so it was a lot to learn, where I had to learn about programs offered by the government, funding not offered by the government, or different organizations, the criteria, and even just the needs of people. So, and I'm still learning every day. I'm still I would say I'm an expert at this.
So Alaina, if you had the power and you had let's say we're all computers and you had one software update that you could like implant into everyone's brain, like one thing that they'd understand about disabilities, what would you implant in their head?
Oh my God, I explained that. Just because I have disabilities, I don't want to be treated differently. I don't want I feel like left out. Like I feel lost a lot of times.
Yeah.
I don't want to feel strange. I want to be able to do things. I want to be involved. I want to be involved. I want to be part of it. Things. That which is hard though. When I have opportunities. So.
Yeah. So like, well, you've experienced it and you support people, and you have. And what's like a way that people can support you?
Well, the way people can support me is to respect me, respect. Be patient with me. Give me some time.
Yeah.
Just don't get mad at me when I need some time.
Yeah.
Just give me some time.
Of course.
Just be patient with me.
Time. Yeah. And you, like, how do you like support people? Like.
How do I support people
Yeah,
with
what's your
disabilities?
main means of supporting people?
I think the number one thing is listen to them. Ask them where they need support and how they need help. And then making that work. But I usually, like, if you're talking about my role at Smile, I usually work with the parent or the guardian of the children with disabilities. I don't directly work with the children. And they just kind of let me know where they need support. Smile actually has a whole bunch of programs that support families. So if you want, I can tell you some of the programs Smile has
Could
to
you name a
offer.
few?
Yeah. So we have like a wellness program, and that's for mental well-being of the family. Anyone in the family can use that service, and we can find like a psychotherapist or a counselor we offer free sessions to families if they need it. We have two programs that are for youth, which are really nice. We have this Community Heroes program, where we invite youth who have disabilities to do a community service project. So it comes with a little bit of training, where we train them and we work with them, and we choose a project and we do a project and we celebrate their accomplishment. We have an open shop program, which is for youths with disabilities to take their interest and try and start their own business. We help set it up for them. We have accessibility funds, so families who are low income who need some financial support for therapies or adaptive equipment. Um, we have that financial support program. We have a hospital support program, so families who are spending a lot of time in the hospital. We help with the cost of parking at the hospital, providing food, providing a respite worker if they need one at the hospital. We have a mentorship program. Again, we can pair youths up with a mentor. We have parent support groups.
Yeah.
And other than that, we do a lot of inclusive events throughout the years. One of them, like Alaina mentioned, is like a Eat Fair, accessible fair where families can just come have a good time. We do Rec Fest every year, which is like a sporting event, which is an inclusive event. Kids of all abilities can come and just have a good time. So
Yeah, so at my school there's like different classrooms for people with disabilities, and I feel like they do a lot for the children, but they I feel like there's ways that they can incorporate them a bit more. Like sometimes for some of our festivals and stuff, some people aren't allowed in certain places.
yeah,
So, yeah,
yeah,
I feel like we should find a way that like either not have the place where they can't go or have a place where they can go instead.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And that's kind of part of the attitudinal change, right? Where
Yeah.
you make sure that all activities are just inclusive of all abilities. You know,
Mhm.
even if that means removing an activity that some people may not be able to participate.
Yeah. So Momo, do you have any like classes like that in your school?
For me, it's actually different. So it depends on like the level of your mental disability, because some people are more, go through more than the other people. So let's say at my old school before that, there was actually separate classes for people like diagnosed with mental like disabilities,
Yeah.
and like that's understandable, but at the same time, like it's kind of like absurd because everyone should be included, everyone should be like taught the same way, but it also depends, because it depends on a lot of like different like circumstances and a lot of other things.
Yeah, like having people in our lives with disabilities help us understand, and those people without them have to have people like Alaina coming to their schools and like explaining it.
Exactly, because some people, they don't like have knowledge on it, they don't like understand it, so it's better if they like learn about it and then they'll know, right?
Yeah.
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 So correct me if I'm wrong, but if I could give a conclusion, what we can do to help people with disabilities is spread our knowledge on them and respect and give them patience so that they can like work with us and like we can include them, we can like be with them,
We
and
can
we can
encourage
like
them.
encourage them and like
Exactly.
fully understand them so we
Yeah.
can like incorporate them in our lives.
Exactly, because at the end of the day, we're all human, so
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Well, left on red.
Got it instead. Thank you to our guests.